Hello, I'm just going to go straight into the program and show you the quick gains that I'm using currently, with the fact that not everything is 100% working within all the individual parts of the tool of CrawlQ. So I've been using it already to gain some respect and authority in the particular niches I'm working in with my clients. And I'm just going to show you how I'm using this. And hopefully when I suggest to the some of the areas that I'd like to see changed or improved, that will also benefit the group going forward. So first of all, I want to say that this is like probably 30 tools or even more in one. So it's the first thing you need to understand. This is just not one tool to do one thing. And what I've also discovered, which is fantastic, is that you don't have to fill out all the particular bits of information at the front end under market research and resonance. You can see the stars changed or been added here. So I've added what I wanted at that level. But if you were to produce a full, and I mean full, holistic report, you would want to fill all of these in. And what I'm hoping for is that this will somehow push forward to a completed PDF, which you can then hand to the client as a white label report with your logo on. That is what I'm pushing for. And I've got to say to you that if you did all that at that stage, the kind of client that you should be pitching for, in my experience, from the people I've already worked with, you would be looking at least $3,000 to $5,000 for that kind of deep intel reporting system, backed up then with the promise of what you can do to increase either the sales or the return on investment that the customer wants to gain from the online research that you're doing. So this is a fantastic program for that kind of level of pre-sale, if you're going to go down that road. If you're going to do all of this work and then put together the various reports, at this moment in time you'd have to cut and paste them and spend a day or 2 days just to get a client for $100. I don't think this is the right approach at all. You might want to be delving deep into all these particular areas for your own product, and that's different because you're going to benefit 100% from that. And so currently what I do, it's about 80-20, so 80% development for my own businesses, my own portfolio of websites, 20% for clients. So I will be investing a lot of time for myself within these areas as we move forward. So as you click each one of these, obviously you probably know the tick on the green means that you filled it in. What I've noticed is that if you click onto the define your niche, you obviously have your secondary level of information to fill in on the right hand side. You can fill with example, which is great, or you can read. Again, very detailed. They've spent a lot of time trying to communicate here to you what you need to do. And once it's filled in, you save, and then it changes to a green tick. You also have the click of I for information with defining the niche on the right hand side. Again, very well written. What I've actually done to help me, because this is a path that you go down, is I've copied quite a lot of this information out and put it into a notepad for myself. However, there is a piece of paperwork I received recently from the owners, and I'll put the link in at the end, which is quite a fantastic overview of what I believe is what is in these boxes for you to understand what to do. So all that paperwork and FAQs are all being developed as the program's being developed. So it's quite an all-encompassing effort by the people who own the program to push forward. I'm presuming to make this best in class. By the looks of it, that is where it's going. So so I've not filled in the rest of these for now. But it's pretty straightforward. One little tip: if you click on this and it doesn't come up with anything, just click again, because there seems to be a small delay. So that's something I picked up. So I'm going to move on to search intent discovery, if I can find it. Market spying wizard, here we go. Okay, so that's that area. So a little tip here: market spying wizard will equal, hopefully, not in every case, it needs to be sorted, market spying wizard in the URL, so you know where you are. I actually want the second one here, which is search intent, and there it is, search intent. So if you, this is live data coming in from Google, not the AdWords data, which is historic. For the PPC side, this is what you type in the search bar. And if you know anything about the live Google data coming in, that's continuously improving, continuously changing. It's also pulling in related trending topics, which I believe is the LSI from both the bottom and the top of the suggestion that comes back from the Google SERP. So it's great they're pulling this in. You've got question graphs, comparison graphs, preposition, informational intent, transactional, search intent, and you need to look up I'm not going to go through what all this means. If you're not familiar with any of this, you just need to look at what it means. But basically, you can see, hopefully, by the graphs and the information being fed back, what it means. So it's quite common sense. What I like about this, you can double click to make it smaller or larger, and you can see this. It's incredible how it's pulled in this graph from the seed, and then pulling into the information under questions and comparison, Ethereum 2 and mining. So these are my requests now, that there be a click on the right hand side for download for for the image and for export. I'd like to see this in PDF for short gains, and also CSV, and the same on the related trending topics. What I'm noticing is that coming soon is in notes. So I believe this can be transported over to the notes. But again, it's important that each section, because there's so many parts within this tool, has its title already placed within the project, so you know where you are within the project. Otherwise, you're going to be typing, and it's just going to be a waste of time. So that needs to be sorted out. But I believe it is coming. I'm just using a notepad for now. So great information coming in here. And I know of several tools like this on the market. I'm not going to mention them now, and they are just in this section more than the value of this tool on the on the lifetime deal that's actually going through AppSumo on the moment. So great value just here. So if we look at the market spying wizard, as it suggests, it's spying or using the information to go a little bit deeper within the Google search. And this actually, so the semantics of psychographics, I'm not too. This needs to be explained a little bit more with the psychographics. There's a lot more in psychographics than just coming up with these elements here. But it's a start. And you have got search and trends again. Trends being from Google Trends, which is great, and it would take you ages to grab these related trending topics, which is great as well. Hopefully that's coming from Google Trends. I've not checked to see the data, where the data is coming from. If it is, this is saving a ton of work, because you can't really get this information out as clear as this and as quick as this. Well, there's great things in your podcasts and pod directories. As you click, it will search into the Google, but also Listen Notes, which is a search engine for podcasts. I wasn't even aware of this. It's great that these many search engines are being added, and hopefully more will be added in the near future. So this information can be collected and give you an overview of the keywords and the search phrases that have been that people are typing in into the different various areas, so you can actually start to build up a picture of what your customer is looking for, which is great. So so if we move on, I want to go to competitors.